Okay, we're gonna get spoilery now. We're gonna
Mhm.
move into Kingdom, the Netflix television show. Um, yeah, season one, season two is
Mhm.
already out. There's also a
Yes.
film out,
Yeah.
and season three is incoming.
Yes.
So this was on producer Alan's recommendation, and what'd you think of it?
Well, I say well recommended, Alan, because I quite enjoyed this show. And I felt like I enjoyed it even more because Chris did his classic, like, drop in the middle of an episode and demand that I explain it to him, and
Mm,
then, like, got really into it and watched it going forward. So it was really helpful for me when he, like, sort of dropped in
you need
halfway
to
through
know,
episode 2, and I was like, here's everything that I need to catch you up on." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." Like, so I feel like I know this better myself now because, like, I had to explain not only how, like, surprise, this is a zombie show, I've said it before, um, how, like, zombies were made, but also, like, the whole political intrigue that was going on with, like, the royal family.
yes.
So, I felt like that really helped me because this show does not, like, give you room to catch up. It's just like wham, like we're right in the middle of everything, like keep up or get out. And
Yeah,
I do enjoy that because it's not like constantly reminding you of everything that's going on. It just like leaves you to figure it out. And I think that was a good job on the writer's parts of just like trusting you to like go along with it.
yeah.
But
I
that
mean,
being said, it was helpful to like recap it for somebody else.
right. Well, maybe you can recap it for me. Um, no, there were it definitely is a thing with a lot going on, a lot of places
Mhm.
that you're, you know, unfamiliar with, basically, and
Yeah.
so they're throwing you in um, into the deep end. But what like grounded it all was really enjoyable characters, like a
Yes.
good
Mhm.
cast of characters. Um, and did you? Because I started season two. How
I
did
I have
season
seen I've seen, like, half an hour of the first episode and
Okay.
then had a baby to tend to, so I was like, "Alright, I can't."
How did season 1 end?
So, season 1 ends on a really great cliffhanger where we've been building up to, like, a big zombie confrontation, big
That's
zombie
right.
horde confrontation,
Yes.
and it's about to happen. But and our main characters are ready and they think they're like going to get rid of a huge part of this zombie horde that's been building up, but they get surprised into like the zombie horde is way bigger than they initially thought, which is a problem. But also, one of the interesting premises for zombies, because of course you have to have like different rules for zombies in different shows.
Right.
This show has zombies can't like do sunlight. That's their deal. It's kind of like I Am Legend, like sunlight and they're gone. But at the end of the season, there are zombies moving around in the sunlight and our characters are like flabbergasted until they realize it's not the sunlight but the warmth, the temperature that they can't stand and flee from during the day. So that was like our big reveal as the zombie horde comes charging in full daylight at our main characters, and
Yep.
then end season 1. And then
Right.
season 2 picks up and, like, goes forward right
Okay.
from that moment. But I won't say
Yeah.
anything else about
No.
season 2
Right.
other than we just pick up.
Yep. Okay. I just wanna know if we got to the really, really sad moment or not. So that's what I wanted to know.
No,
Okay.
I didn't get to a really I mean,
If
I
you
got to
didn't start crying, then you didn't.
there were definitely some sad moments in season 1 for
Yeah.
sure, and some heart-wrenching moments, but yeah, no, I haven't gotten to, like, the big whatever you saw that wrenched your heart.
Yep. So the thing for me with this show that is because we've talked before how about being tired of zombies.
Yeah,
We were just
absolutely.
talking last week about zombies jumping the shark with Walking Dead or whatever. Yet they've kept coming in games and whatever, But
Mhm.
in this, I thought the element that was different about it that worked was how it related or how this would affect the the Korean royalty and how it would
Yeah.
be treated. Because a lot of this stems from the is the king
Mhm.
around or not? What's going on with the king? And knowing that
He's
how
alive, but he's not
important
alive. Yeah.
yeah, knowing how important that is, to everyone and that
Mhm.
structure and then having a family trying to take advantage of that and everything
Yeah.
is, was a critical element of the show being different, you know?
Yeah. I really loved the way I got surprised in the scene where the king as a zombie is fully revealed to both the viewer and to like the royal advisors. Because I definitely thought that these royal advisors were being invited in to see the king and the clan that's trying to take over the Cho clan.
Yep. Mhm.
Yep.
There's
So I
another it's a Cho something clan, but
yes.
yeah.
Um So I thought that he was going to have the king like eat them or they were going to be slaughtered, like because when somebody has like been hiding something for so long and then they finally are like, "Okay, everybody come see it." You're like, "Oh shit, that's never a good sign." Like bloodbath, you're all about to be dead. But I got really surprised in the way he handled it. He was like, he's dead, but also here you see the king, he is alive and moving, would dare strike down this
Yeah.
divine being and body, and can you deny the truth of your eyes that he is up and moving? And it was just so like it was so like well done in terms of like this is the way it would work in
Yeah.
this culture.
Kinda makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
I mean, literally what they were trying to do is bring people back to life.
Yeah.
And so in their mind, he is alive. This
Right.
is, and of
Exactly.
course, selfish ambitions are going to, keep you from
Right.
considering alternatives,
Right, but
thinking about
still,
it a different
like
way. But
but
yeah.
it absolutely, like, subverts your expectations as the viewer because, like I said, we're trained that whenever somebody capitulates and says, like, "Oh, you can see this dirty secret I've been hiding," it usually means they're about to die
Yep.
because, like, you get let in on the thing, but that you can't live.
Yep.
And this was just, like, a really great way that they were just like, "Surprise! Like, you're going to live because you agree with this basic premise that, our society is built on, but you're also like absolutely terrified and are
Yep.
just going to follow whatever I say." It was well done. I loved it.
Yep. Other things I really like about it, I like the relationship between Prince Lee and Mu Young, his guard.
Yes.
I thought that that was a really good. I liked how their bond kind of grows over
Mhm.
time, and one of my favorite elements of the show. I like the doctor woman,
Yes.
Sobi or whatever that she's in the picture right now. I think that she's really good. Always, she's always figuring it out first, kind of. She's the
Mhm.
one to, she's on the ball. She's looking for the journal or whatever. She's figuring it out. She's trying the things. She's
She's
hearing people.
she's
She.
figuring out the meat.
Yep. Hmm. I mean, I
Mm,
saw that coming, but I've seen other things. Like it would be hard to imagine that at the time. In
yeah.
that kind of situation. So, um, what else? I love the. I think that this show, unlike Cowboy Bebop, probably is filmed really well. Like the
Sure.
cinematography of this show is really on point. I
Mhm.
think from the opening scenes we see that it's well lit, it's beautiful. It's like not filmed in with the modern Western sense of like move the camera all the time kind of
Mhm.
thing. Like they do take moments and have a camera sitting still for once,
Yep.
that kind of thing. And then the costuming is really good. I'm like, I want one of those hats. Basically any of those hats, except the ones in the picture right now. If you're a video viewer, I'm not
You're not
a
into
fan of
those?
those hats. But like
Okay.
all the guards and stuff,
I
Real
have to say
Young.
I would take this hat over the, like, lunch paper bag white
Okay,
one.
okay, sure. The
An
like the
Young, I think is
scholars
his
have.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little much for me, but yes, like, the crown prince and his guard, they've got some wicked hats. If only
Mhm.
I had a hat head. Ugh, I look silly in
And
hats, unfortunately.
I
But
don't see, but I don't know if
or
that
maybe I just haven't found my hat
you haven't
yet.
found the
Maybe I
right
need to
one.
try one of these.
You gotta feel comfortable with it too. You know, if you're feeling awkward about it,
I'm
that will
telegraphing
come
it to
across.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk around with this hat that's too small for my head, with a like fine mesh and two giant feathers, and just gonna deal with it.
You
Gonna
need
deal
a
with it.
string of beads as well.
Yep.
Can't forget the
hmm
beads.
Uh,
Um, so being that there are zombies on our screen right now for video viewers, what do you think of the kingdom's zombies? Like they're fast moving.
hmm
They
Which are the scary ones, in my opinion.
Yep, yep. So did you feel like they were realistic? Did you feel like their limitations, like they can't swim, um they were we thought afraid of sunlight, but now we know it's like temperature that they can't deal with, like how quickly they bite and attack people and how quickly people are turned to zombies. Do you feel like the zombie mythology, the lore here, does it work for you? Do you like this or do you prefer kind of other zombie shows
Um,
versions?
I think these are well balanced zombie rules. I
Okay.
think. I mean, I think that nothing hardly beats The Walking Dead in terms of zombie realism,
Mhm.
just in how well they do decay
Yeah.
and like really messed up everything. These are more, and look, they're fresher,
Mhm.
right? So that's that. But these look more like, people in messed up makeup running around, you know.
Sure.
Um, so we'll see. Maybe they decay more as the series moves on or something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like the rules and parameters. And like it, and then they gave us the big twist.
Yep,
Fast zombies are scary zombies.
they are.
Um, we didn't have too many moments where it was like we did have some kids like, "Mom, what are you doing?" But
Oh,
there
that was the
wasn't too many.
worst. Oof.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think of the rules and parameters they've set for these?
Yeah, I dig it. Like you, I always think the fast zombies are the scary zombies. Um, of course, they sort of have to temper it a little bit where like in some scenes they seem a little like supernaturally fast. And then in
Mm,
others where our heroes are clearly meant to get away, they're sort of like normal people fast. So
mm,
it's hard because you have to like sort of, they're fast and scary, but not too fast that you can't outrun them because of course you have to give people like a chance to escape.
yep.
So it's hard to like find that balance, I think, but the show overall does well with that. Um like you, I loved the twist where it was like, "Oh shit, they can't handle temperatures. We thought it was sunlight. We thought we were safe. What happens in winter now? Like, that's going to be a season change. Like what do we do?"
Yep.
Um so that was particularly interesting to me. Um I do so I don't think it's Kingdom's problem in particular. I think it's like maybe like a general issue. I find it interesting when zombies can do things really fast or jump over things and go crazy as they can do here, but then they can't swim. Like, why not?
Right.
Like,
They don't
it's
need to
just
breathe.
like right, like, it's just like a muscle memory, just like running is, so why wouldn't zombies be able to swim?
I
I don't know
mean,
why, like,
well,
I find that, like, incongruous, whereas, like, shuffling zombies, like, they can't get their limbs moving fast enough to, like, tread water. Totally get that, like, those zombies can just, like, drown in a puddle or whatever, that's fine. But, like, fast moving zombies, I just feel like if they can run, they can swim.
um, I don't. So, one, I think that in this show, there's more to the water. Like, they don't even want to touch the water. Like,
Well, a bunch of
which
them,
is
like, fall
weird.
off the bridge in their, like, one scene, and then they just, like, run out of the water because it's, not
Oh,
it's
do
too
they?
shallow. Yeah.
Okay. Because you remember later in the cavern or in the valley there,
Yes.
they don't even want to
Cross the
step
water.
in to the
Yep.
little shallow pond.
Yep. So that was, like, a
So,
little incongruous where I was like, "I'm not sure about our water rules here." But then, like, a
mm,
bunch of zombies drowned in that, like, deep lake
mhm,
that Prince and his guard were swimming away from them, and they, like, made it to the other side because the zombies drowned. So I don't know,
okay.
maybe the show just hasn't quite made up his mind about, like, whether they can or can't cross water. But yeah,
Well,
I find that
I
interesting.
mean, I always think, like, how can you not swim, right? Because
Yeah,
you're in the water and you just kick.
just do it.
Like, I mean, in your
Just like
head, you're like,
running, like, you
well,
just
in your head,
do it.
you like need to go obviously in a direction. You push away from you, kind of thing. But people drowned that can't swim. It's like
Yeah.
when Samwise is like, and Frodo has it's like, "What? You have leg weights in your feet, you know?
His
Come on,
slow,
Sam."
like,
Yeah.
"Whoa."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
boy.
but yeah, people drown, and so I don't know, I think it's like a panic maybe or something, and then real young kids or something like that panicking and then not, putting a couple things together.
Yeah.
But, zombies, especially these, seem very unintelligent. Like, they're not, like, clambering on top of one another to get over gates,
Mhm.
It's not like
Sure.
in World War Z where they're just,
I was
like,
just gonna bring
creating a
that up, yeah.
mount yeah. They're literally just smashing their bodies into the wall. Like,
Mhm.
I like the way that they're fast in here, but they have
Mindless.
no sense yeah, they have, like, no sense of intelligence. It's, like, literally just a hunger. It's almost just like there's a thing that moves, I will throw my body at it and
Right.
hopefully be able to chomp it. Um, and so I think with the water, I mean, one, it would like fill you, it would fill your lungs and everything. So you're a lot heavier. Um, and if you're just flailing, it's that flailing motion and doesn't get anything for you, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
it just feels like if your body could do the mechanics of running, like, why can't it do the mechanics of swimming? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is the difference? How much more thought is there
well,
really?
kids just automatically learn to walk, right? I mean, you obviously help them along, but
You
they'll
do have to
figure
help them, though.
but like, but if you just left a kid and you gave him food and stuff or whatever, for 5 years, you telling me that kid wouldn't learn to walk?
All right, I'm experimenting on my daughter.
Yeah, right. but
Proving a
s-
point for a podcast.
but
Check in with me in 5 years.
swimming. If I feel like if that was a thing, like swim, if you're born on a small piece, it's all surrounded, you're on a little island surrounded by water and stuff. I'm feeling a large percentage of those kids would just drown
I don't know.
unless there was someone that got a little older and then taught the others
Mhm.
to, you know, to swim. Yeah, see, Alan says gotta take those kids to their walking lessons. You don't have to go for walking lessons because it's so simple because we live above water. But swimming, it's not our natural habitat. So
Maybe.
lessons are involved
I don't
generally.
know. I don't know. I mean, I sort of get it, but I also just think, like, I don't know why it's, like, that confounding to zombies who, like, have no mental capacity but can run but can't swim.
Well, if we ever have the ability to create a zombie, we will test this,
We will
okay?
definitely test this
We'll
out.
test this, yeah.
And I'm happy to be wrong, but I just like, I don't know. Sometimes it just like doesn't jive with me that they can like move their bodies that way, but they can't move it another way.
Well, I always like the
Especially for
idea, like,
zombies who can like leap and climb and stuff. You know what I
sure.
mean? Like they do show them doing like other things. So
But see, that's the thing. Do they don't hardly climb. They reach. Like if there's a foot, they reach, but they don't climb. Like they won't climb a ladder if it's there. I don't think
did
they'd
we s-
climb ladders.
did we see a ladder though?
They were climbing up the walls. The people were. They were throwing down ladders for him and stuff, right? And then eventually they're like, "No, we got to get him off the walls," and they would shoot the people and stuff that were on the
Y-
walls climbing up.
yeah. Because
But there
like I
wasn't like a
just
fear of the zombies getting up the ladder because they just
well
wouldn't.
well, the soldiers didn't because they didn't know what was going on. But like remember the oh my gosh. So the guy who like basically causes this zombie outbreak, our soldier guy who's like elite tiger hunting force. I cannot remember his name right now and I feel really terrible. I feel like
Shin,
they say
young
it so
Shin.
little though. Okay, thank you. So he when he's like barricading the everybody inside like the healing center,
Mhm.
they put like spikes and everything up top to stop zombies from getting in. Like, up on the roof of everything, like, they have, like, all of
Mm.
those spikes and everything everywhere. So, I don't know, that says to me that zombies climb, or they were at least worried about the potential possibility for them to be climbing.
Yeah, for sure the latter. I mean, if I was preparing, I'd be like, I would be prepared. Like if they're going to, oh, these zombies are gonna be able to climb, or whatever.
Yeah.
They could. You don't want to not have that set, and then all of a sudden, yeah, it's World
Right,
War
they're,
Z
like,
zombies.
pouring over
Hmm.
the ceilings and
World War
whatnot.
Z
Yeah,
movie zombies. Yeah.
yeah,
Renato says Land of the Dead zombies just crossed along the lake floor, and that's what I was
yeah,
gonna say. That's what I like. I was gonna mention Pirates of the Caribbean
yeah,
just with the skeletons and stuff, but I
right.
always thought that
So
would be the
good.
case. They just sink and then just
And then
keep
it's fine.
crawling
Yeah,
on the
right.
bottom
They don't
until they
need
get to the other
air,
side. You're right. But that's why
so
when they didn't want to put their toe in the small crick, I'm like,
yeah,
okay, there's like something in them that's like abhorrently resistant to the water.
sure.
And
Yeah, it's just
I
it's a
think in season
little
two, I think it's in season two, you find out a little more about that.
okay. Season 1 just might be a little inconsistent. They might just be kind of deciding how they wanna
Yeah.
treat water because, like I said, they get knocked off the bridge and they're, like, climbing out of the water and it's fine. And then, of course, at the end of season 1, we've got the battle where they're, like, on the rafts,
Hmm.
but they haven't, like, totally unmoored them from the dock, and the zombies just, like, run on there like it's no big thing.
But but falling off of a bridge into water is not a choice.
That's
They're like if you're
true.
like knocked into the water, oh
But
crap,
they also, like, seemed just like, "Okay, I'm just, like, running away from the water now." It wasn't like,
Yeah.
"Wah, water!"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know, it might just been, like, the quick moment that they just didn't have time to,
Sure.
like, show a reaction, really.
There's a lot of shows we find that are not completely consistent. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I
there's
mean,
got
I'm sure, being in part of the writer's room, like, you're just thinking, like, "We are developing our zombie lore, like,
mhm.
maybe we have a moment here, but now we're gonna clarify it down the road." So
Yep. I loved having characters to hate.
Mm,
The leader, uh, uh, Hakcho of that
mhm.
family there is terrible.
I want you yeah, mhm.
But like, and so I like that he still has depth. Everyone seems to have
Yes.
depth. A lot of people have ulterior motives.
Mhm,
We keep learning more and more about people's pasts that
mhm.
make them more interesting. It's kind of like I wasn't expecting to like Young Shin at first, giving people the
Yes.
meat, and stuff. But you learn, like, yeah, he really is a survivor. Like he's a soldier. He's been through a lot. He's seen some tough things. He's got a chip on his shoulder,
Mhm.
but like he does care about the people,
Yeah.
his fellow people, and does a lot to help them and protect them. So, and then you've got I love seeing the upper class. It like really shows well the class system that
Mhm.
is like still a big deal in Korea with how the higher ups treat and view the rest of society,
Right.
and the callous, unaware nature of like that one guy that's so terrible that's really into Silby. Uh, he's always fawning
Oh,
over
yeah, the
her.
magistrate,
He's
yeah.
the nephew. Yeah, he's so terrible.
Yes.
And they'll be like sitting and eating these like delicacies or whatever in front of people that are
Yeah.
starving and have no food. Um I like all those
He
elements.
he strikes me as a character who's going to grow. Like, he might not ever be, like, a sympathetic character, and you might not ever like him, but he's already shown, like, some glimmers of, like, remorse for being so ignorant
Sure.
of, you know what I mean? Like, when they were on the ship and fleeing and all the nobles are, like, leaving basically the peasants to die at sundown in the next zombie attack. He's the only one who's like, "Ooh, like, I don't know if I feel right about this. Like, was this okay?" And, like, "It's too late. You're already on the boat, asshole.
Mhm.
Like, you
Yeah.
left. You shouldn't really be showing, like, some regret now." But he was the only one who at least, like, said it out loud. I don't
Yep.
know. So I
Yep.
just feel like maybe there's gonna be some growth there even if we don't ever actually like him.
Well, definitely has the most room to grow. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if
I mean, he's
someone's
he's
going
got a
to.
low, low floor and a
Yeah.
long way to go up,
Yep.
so might not be saying much, but I mean, I feel like he is gonna grow.
Yep. Well, what else do we have to say about Kingdom? I mean, do we have anything real negative or something we're pretty disappointed by or anything like that?
Ooh. I guess not so far. I hope that they can I mean, of course, I haven't seen season 2, so I don't know moving forward if I'm gonna be disappointed by something. But I hope that they can keep to this sort of, like, short season, like, moving among multiple characters
Hmm.
format because I felt like everybody got decent screen time and they also got little of it enough that I was still surprised by characters.
Okay.
Like, let's talk about the queen for a second.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, I for the first, you know, probably 4 episodes, maybe even into 5, wasn't sure where she was gonna land with everything. You know what I mean? Like, I know she was, um like, she didn't particularly care for the crown prince, which fine, but I didn't know where she landed on, like, how much do I know about the king being a zombie? How much am I in on
Hmm.
it? How much am I complicit? How much am I complicit with my father's plan to, like, take over, and make my child the heir? Like, you know, I didn't know exactly where she was gonna land, and then I felt like in the last 2 episodes, it was like, okay, shit, like, she's all in, like, she's really complicit, she's spoiler alert, faking her whole pregnancy, like, it was great, like, I up until that point, I knew I didn't like her, but I didn't know how much I was
Yeah.
going to not like her until the end, and I thought that was well done.
Yep. Absolutely. No, she's good. I don't remember if this happens in season 1 or 2, so I won't bring it up, but yeah,
Okay.
she does a oh, it's definitely in season 2 actually. So,
Okay.
but yeah, she does a fantastic job. Um oh, news. Incoming news. Do. Kingdom was supposed to be 8 episodes per season, but they went over budget and had to cut back to 6,
Ooh,
says Alan. And
I like that.
great. Yeah.
I
Right.
love it. Don't stretch it too far. Like,
That was one
keep
of the
it
biggest
tight and concise.
yep. They should have done that for the Marvel Netflix shows,
Mhm.
you know? Go
Yep.
over budget, so you have to cut episodes or something because it's like, yeah, I like that too. It doesn't need to be going on forever. I feel like there's always something going on. Progress is made all the time.
Yep.
So, Because
Yep, and
otherwise
I
shows, they sit in this time, they take time or they take a whole episode to explore someone's past or whatever, as
mhm,
opposed to, like, having to be, responsible with it and, like, cut it in amongst
mhm,
things and make, transition from someone's emotions or experiences in the past,
right,
like, now, and, like, so you can see how that's affecting him in the moment and, like, that kinda
right.
thing.
Exactly, and if you're gonna spend an entire episode on somebody's past, it better be, like, the best thing
Mhm.
because you're taking so much you know what I mean? Like, you don't have the time to dawdle, so
Yep.
it better be, like, the most relevant, the most amazing, the best backstory to explain 6 different things rather than, like, 1 character.
Yep. Because
So,
young Shin, we found pretty quickly,
yeah,
like, they about his past, like, they didn't take long on it,
just
showing
rapid
his
fire, yep.
yeah, like, what happened to his village and that he wants, like,
Yeah.
revenge now and
Ugh,
stuff basically, but, like, it added a lot of depth, and it didn't slow down the pace of the show at all,
agreed.
so and they also
Yeah.
got in then I mean, I trying to know more about Korea, being in Taekwondo, but
Mhm.
I also like the element of like the Japan Korea thing, you
Yeah,
know,
mhm.
geopolitically, like how close they are, and stuff, and the constant conflict over the years. I mean, that's the impetus for the entire show,
Yep.
basically, is conflict there and being outnumbered and outmatched.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
so,
which we don't find out until the last episode, which is excellent of the 1st season, of course,
yep,
out of the show. But
yep. So, well, good. I'm glad it was the last episode of season one. I didn't like ferry into season two accidentally there. I watched this a couple weeks ago and already I haven't
Okay,
watched since, so I'm ready to
sure.
keep going. But yeah, I'm like a couple episodes in two, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I started season 2 and then, I was thinking about keeping going and then, Chris had to go take care of the baby and was like, "Oh, no, no, like, you're not gonna watch more, right? You're gonna pause it and I'm gonna 'cause I wanna see what happens next." And I was like, "Ooh, I got him. I got another
Did
one."
did the show start in English for you too?
No. Mm.
For me, it did. I'm
It
like, wait a
did.
minute. Alan said this is a good show to watch for some Hangul, and I'm like, wait a minute. And it took me a second. Their mouths aren't lining up, and I changed the dialogue, and it was fine.
Oh, sure.
But
No,
yeah,
no, it started right off with subtitles for me.
okay, all right. All right. I feel like there's probably something we missed, but we can cover that more when we
Mhm.
finish season two, and then if we like that, and we watch the movie and all that stuff. Again, more we can talk about for sure. See where this all goes. See if they can maintain the pace and the
Mhm.
level of quality. I
It's always
so
a question.